somebody who didn't know about Counter-Strike, the best way I think I'd describe the differences between the NA region and the EU region would probably be that the NA region is a lot more aggressive in the way that the EU region is just a little bit more composed, and they go about things in a lot more passive way. They try to incorporate, tactics as well as, an aggressive play style sometimes, just depends on what team you're looking at. Whereas I think NA teams sometimes try to focus too much on individual skill and less on teamwork. And I think that's the biggest difference, and that's why NA has been a little bit a step behind European teams in the past, at least. I think we're catching up to EU in the sense that we're getting a little bit more tactical and relying a lot less on just individual play.
What I see in the North American and European, I see that they are not very together, right? So I believe that the Brazilian, like Immortals, SK, Luminosity, is that different, the together, right?
EU has always, it seems like they have been the best for a long time, exception, for example, Cloud9 or SK, they are really good. And it seems like they took a lot from the playstyle of the EU.
I think that the NA scene is a lot more volatile than the EU scene. They tend to cycle through players, and rosters change all the time rather than trying to stick together and work out your problems.
Europeans have played the CS like a lot more time, and the same players have continued to play, and of course here are more people who are playing. I find the Europeans difficult to play against because I think they have the best teams, or the skill cap is higher in Europe than other regions.
And in regards to playstyle, just like EU teams, NA teams have different styles, slow, fast, but I think EU teams do a much better job at punishing other teams' mistakes, because when two really good teams play against each other, the team that wins is typically the team that takes advantage of the other team's misplays.
Of course, also practice in NA I know is a lot worse than it's in Europe. They can't get a serious practice as we can in Europe, so we have a lot more things to. We have the better opportunity basically. Hopefully, teams from China and such gets the opportunity to go to the EU and practice and try to get even better, because they have shown it before in our older game, 1.6, that they know how to play and they could compete versus the best.
If you want to be the best, you need to practice against the best, but you can't practice against the best if you live in Asia or North America. You can play against SK, but that's about it. I think the disadvantage is only to play against Asian teams, because you don't find so many demos with them. You can find thousands and thousands and thousands of matches where European teams play, but not against not Asian teams.
我觉得一下如果要是跟欧洲的玩家介绍的话，我觉得一下中国玩 CSGO 的玩家吧，整体水平我觉得一下还是大多都是在注重枪法上面，然后我觉得一下跟欧洲不同的玩这个游戏可能去想的东西比较少，然后大多都是在注重枪法。
We have played against other regions, other play styles, teams from Russia, Asia, and Europe, and we find some Russian play styles are very difficult because all they do is just run and shoot, and the Asians do the same, but they do it more. How do you say it? They do it more calmly. They do it, but they don't do it at the start of the game.
If I had to choose a region that I don't want to play, it's obviously CIS, because they have that strong, that weird press style to just push, and it's really annoying.
Часто всего, когда мы играем, например, с европейскими командами, они не понимают, как человек там может выйти, какой-то сделать мув, который у них это не должно быть так, ворваться куда-то в смок, ворваться не под флешку, и для них это какое-то новшество, и поэтому часто у европейских команд может быть проблемы, но также им может быть и легко играть, когда их что-то не хватает, когда против них играешь. Но я скажу так, то что русские люди и СНГ-комьюнити всегда отличалось тем, что они борются до конца и не скисают в тот момент, когда может европеец, американец после какого-то отданного клатча отдать целую игру. У нас СНГ-комьюнити борется до конца.